It's officially day 17 of my 30-day wave journey during the month of Ramadan. Ramadan Mubarak. And I must first start off with saying, I know you're probably thinking I'm behind on my days. You know, I am, which is true. But I did get sick, and I was already a day or two behind. And then I got sick, and I didn't have the energy to make any videos. I was resting, and I also had to take care of other business. So I'm back, and even if it's not on track with the 30 days of Ramadan, I'm gonna complete the 30 days. So bear with me. And I was just brushing today, and I must say the progress is progressing. I am making progress, and I see the results already. I see the results, and I'm not making, just saying that I got my waves spinning now. I'm just saying, like, I've been working on this, and I see the results. So that being said, I'm gonna show y'all what I've been looking like. I haven't gotten a haircut. As you can see, I'm looking a little rough. I need to, I haven't started shaving yet because it's not enough hair. I don't want to start messing up my face with getting the razor bumps from shaving and all of that. I don't want to deal with that yet. So I'll wait till I get my haircut, let him do that. But you can see I need a haircut because it's growing back. And then my hair, I do need a good lineup. And when I do get my haircut, I don't cut it down low, so it don't take too long for it to start looking crazy up there. So I keep the do-rag on, and I gotta keep the products in and washing styles that help me throughout the process, since I do keep my hair cut or keep my hair leveled high, just so the waves can come in deeper. So as you can see what I'm talking about. After I do the brush, put the products in there, the hot rag, I'm gonna do the hot rag today. It's gonna lay down a little better, but you can see what I'm talking about. Now compared to day one, and seeing my crown, and then seeing it now, you definitely see a lot of progress. And I haven't seen as much progress in my crown, and I haven't seen as much isolation either. I've been using the kosher wave brush, and the people saying that it may be too big and I need a smaller brush, but it's been doing its job. It's been doing its job, so I can't complain. You gotta use the tools you got and make it work. We gonna make it work. And then I seen somebody say, I know they didn't know too much about it, but they're gonna say, why you doing a journey for something you already have? It seems pointless. And then I'm thinking, do you not see my crown? It's pretty obvious that I said I'm perfecting my crown, but most people see my waves and be like, bro, you're good. You don't need no journey, you're good. But based off of my crown, I need some work. So that's why we started this 30-day journey, because it's my crown. If your crown not right, then what's the point of having waves? It's gonna look bogus. And a lot of people got the waves and they don't look right just because where they start off at, which is your crown, it ain't looking right. And I want to be one of them wavers. I gotta be my first ambassador for Royal Waves All Natural Hair Products. So I can't, be slipping out here with my waves now spinning. I can't be a great example of Royal Waves All Natural Hair Products and what they do for your hair if I'm looking bogus. I might have healthy hair, but if my crown looking whack, then my hair whack. So we gonna get this together, man. And I'm already seeing the progress. I'm telling you, I'm already seeing the waves coming in. If you can see it here, they coming in right here, and I've never had that. I've never had my waves come in right here. This is I'm telling you, this is the hardest place. I've never had waves right here. In this area right here, I've never had the waves right here. So open up them pores. Brother Ben X just posted a video from the minister speaking back in the day. I don't know what year it was, but and what lecture it was called, but he was saying that he was told by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad he was told to focus on the spiritual while he focused on the business, because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the business, because it's so cold, took away his spirit. And that's kind of heavy. Not kind of, it is heavy. And it weighed on me because it's difficult to find balance in between the spiritual and the business. And if you focusing solely on business, it does remove the spirit to teach the people and to be concerned with their affairs. And that's heavy. So you got those who are businessmen and businesswomen, and then you got those who are real spiritual teachers and ministers. And if they intermingle, it would kind of mess up the order and how things should be. So that weighed on me because I feel like I'm very spiritual. I'm into the teachings heavy. But often when I get deeply into the business, it can take away that spiritual aspect of me, because I'm, first of all, we business owners that do it our own. We do everything on our own. So you got to figure out everything. I mean, in every field of the business, if you want to be successful, you got to learn a bit of everything. And that can make you a little cold when it comes to this, because business is cold. It's straight to the facts. You want this, you got to pay for this. Your situation, you got to pay for this. You owe me? Oh, yeah, you owe me. Oh, it's going to do this? I gotta do that. I got to pay taxes. I got to do this. I got to do that. And they make you cold when it comes to this stuff. So when you're thinking about business 24/7, you got to get to it. You're thinking about getting a dollar all the time, and take away that spiritual aspect about the people who starving in the streets. Or this person who may need help mentally and spiritually that you may have the answer to, but you so focused on your business. And that hit me, man, because I'm thinking like you could do both. And there's a balance between everything, But if you want to be the big business mogul or the big businessman making millions of dollars for your business, how can you be so spiritual and focus solely on a mission at the same time of resurrecting the dead? Now you got those who do put their business together with the teachings and are successful where they are balanced at, but they're not like those who really focus on the spiritual. You can tell the difference. You got those who focus strictly on the spiritual, and you compare those two who's spiritual but working on business. You can see the difference in between the spiritual of those two people. You can see a big difference of what they know and what they've done for the people as far as spiritual, and what the other person who's focused on the spiritual and the business. You can see the difference. So I bear witness to that. And that weighed on me heavy, because I'm like, I got the business and everything, but I also want to focus on the spiritual. So what should you do in that situation? Should you hire somebody to focus solely on the business while you focus on the spiritual? Or should you give yourself time to focus on things individually? I was thinking like I focus on the business first, and then when I make them enough money, I can hire somebody to focus on the business. But I'm hearing the minister say you're not suffering from poverty from the lack of money. It's the lack of obedience to Allah. And obedience is us building ourselves up to do what He has, be what He created us to be. And if you're not focusing on the spiritual and trying to build yourself up, are you following His will? If you're not praying, if you're not studying, if you're not giving in charity, if you're not doing all of these things, and you're just focusing on the business, are you really doing the will of God? So if you're focusing solely on the business, but not obedience or following the will of God and building yourself up, you will still suffer from poverty. And it ain't just money, but it's peace. Now it's a lot of people who are suffering just from the lack of peace. You can have a lot of money, like the minister said, ask the rich person, are they truly happy? Are they truly at ease, or is their life peaceful? And you'll find out, they'll tell you no. They'll tell you no, and a lot of such people say they'll trade all of that just to get peace, a peace of mind. And you got the person who's focused on the spiritual, but don't have a lot of money, but they have peace. So America makes it seem like we should be chasing a bag 24/7. Like that's all you should be doing, comparing us to those who already are rich and successful and have nice things. They constantly put that in our face. So you got people chasing a bag, chasing a check, doing whatever they can, right or wrong, to get the bag, and they lose the spiritual that they should be focused on. But that's America for you. So that's something that I'm constantly thinking about. Like, dang, how can I, get this together as far as being a business owner? And how should I go about it? And that's something that you really got to pray about. Because you don't want to, a fear of a businessman is watching his business fall. I don't want to focus solely on the spiritual and forget my business to where I have nothing else as far as business. But you don't want to focus on the business to where you have no spirit left. And that's worse. So it's always being able to find that balance. It's always, the minister didn't always have what he has today as far as material or finances. He always tells us about what he had and what he suffered through with his family when he was younger, growing up as a young minister in the Nation of Islam for years, not just a couple days, a couple months, a couple years. We talking about years on top of years. He suffered under hardship of finances. And he'll tell you about this. To where if you saw the minister's, situation today, you would say, wow, do I really gotta suffer through what he suffered through for some time? And focus on the spiritual, and then one day I'll be blessed with that? But that's the hard thing. We know that we will be. In the Nation of Islam, we promise luxury good homes, money. We promise that. As long as we do the mission and submit our will to God, we promise that. But the problem is, we live in America where instant gratification is the order of the day. We want money right away. We want this right away. That's why millions of people in this country are in debt. Because we want something right away. And then we can't get it. So we order it from, or we loan it, we borrow it from somebody else, and now we in debt trying to pay it back. But you didn't know that you didn't have the money to do so. You didn't even know that you was gonna fall behind and the interest was gonna be too high. So we want everything right away. So we'll put the spiritual aside to focus on getting a dollar, and then we see ourselves torn apart, not at peace, because we gave our attention to the dollar and focus to the dollar first, and put the spiritual behind us and say, well, I'll get to it later. And I don't want to be that person. I don't want to say, oh yeah, man, I was young, chasing the bag all my childhood, but now I'm trying to, all my young adulthood, now I'm trying to get to the spiritual and I'm lagging behind. But I don't want to keep getting to it. We'll save that for another time period. But I did my brush session. I do want to, after I let my hair dry down a little bit, it's a little damp right now, I put the moisturizer in there so it should lay down. Then I'm going to put the wave cream, or I keep calling it the wave cream, the wave pomade, because that's what it is now, the wave pomade. I just put some whipped hair moisturizer in here, and then I'm going to put wave parlay here, which is available on royalwaves.com. So I appreciate y'all for staying tuned, man. I apologize for the lack of posting videos based off of the time schedule I set it up for, but things happen. But we back today with day 17. So make sure y'all stay tuned, like and subscribe, share this video. Make sure we get my channel back rolling. We was almost at 100,000 on the Aleem Shahi YouTube channel, but now we only at, I think we were almost close to 80. So we growing, and then that's where that instant gratification comes in. We don't want to blow it up too fast. That I wish that would happen, if I'm being honest, but we gotta work for it. And if we don't get it right away, that's cool. We still go keep posting, adding value, and then the results will come later. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all have a good Ramadan. Make sure y'all hold on to the fast. But other than that, stay tuned for the next video on day 18. Appreciate y'all, family. Ramadan Mubarak.